Okay, welcome back. Uncut with Jay Cutler. We got another week. This week we got Ryan Lochte, Olympic swimmer, 12-time Olympic medalist from New York. Was raised, went down to Florida, went to UF, swam there. Had a reality show at one point. Was on Dancing with the Stars. Had a little trouble in Brazil in the 2016 Olympics, 2018. We'll talk to him about that. But I want to know more about what would Ryan Lochte do, the reality show. I remember watching it as a not a kid. I think we're damn near the same age. So I want to kind of see what he says about that. But I know he just did had a press conference. He didn't make the Olympic team, kind of an emotional press conference. So we'll ask him about that. He's married. He's got 2 kids. We'll see what dad life is. And then maybe talk about this Penn swimmer, the transgender situation there. So let's get into it. Ryan Lochte. All right, here we go. Uncut with Jay Cutler this week. Ryan Lochte. Professional swimmer, 12-time Olympic medalist. It goes on and on. World record 200-meter individual medley, 4x200, 4x100, 90 medals in overall. And then I just saw your press conference. Sorry about that. You didn't make the Olympic team. It had to be. That was tough.
That was very tough. Throughout my whole swimming career and everything I've been through, I never went through depression. Yeah. And it was one of the hardest things besides 2016. Was just, waking up and looking myself in the mirror and being like, damn, I'm a failure.
Yeah. And it's scary to think, all right, what now? Because, how old are you?
37.
Yeah, I'm 38, and I think I was done playing football at 35, 36, and to say, all right, now, what am I going to do? What am I going to do now for the rest of my life?
So I'm still going to swim. I'm still swimming for one more year because I want to do it's called the World Cup in the fall. Yeah, and it's overseas. So I've never done it, and I want to do it. So I'm going to be training for that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like you said. What do I do now?
Where'd you grow up? I knew you moved to Florida at some point.
I was born and raised upstate New York, right outside of Rochester.
Wait, did you
lived there for 11 years?
Did you get involved in swimming in New York?
Yeah. So both my parents were swim coaches.
Oh, really?
So I was always around the pool deck, and once I jumped in the water, it was like. Everything became really natural and so easy for me to pick up, different strokes, different techniques. Yeah. And it was just I guess you could say it was my happy place.
Did you play any other sports or was it just swimming?
In New York, I played lacrosse, soccer, baseball, swimming. And then when I moved to Daytona Beach, Florida, when I was 11, I picked up surfing, skateboarding, basketball, pretty much everything.
Doing it all. When did swimming become real for you?
Well, when I was about 8 or 9 years old, I was like, I want to make the Olympic team and get a gold medal at the Olympics. So that's where kind of my dream started, but I didn't think that was actually possible until after my freshman year of college.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Going into college, I was 5'7", 140 pounds, just a little scrawny kid. Mm-hmm. And then after my freshman year, I got bigger, stronger, grew 5 inches. And then, my swimming started taking off. So I was like, you know what? I got a shot at this.
What did you, if swimming didn't work out, what did you want to do? Did you have any idea?
No.
No clue?
Oh, no clue.
I don't think anybody does.
I'm very happy that it did work out.
Yeah, because you got a degree in sports management?
Yeah.
Who knows what you?
To be honest, I went to college for swimming.
To swim.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna go there for education or anything.
I mean, Florida's kind of. I don't think Florida's the athletes there. They pretty much go there for sports, not for school. I assume that. Yeah. That'd be fun college.
They have a good school, but I mean, we're really big in sports, so
that'd be fun. Fun college to go to.
Oh yeah, after my sophomore year, in the summer, going into my junior year, I made the Olympic team. I got a gold and silver at my first Olympics. And then from there, I was like the big man on campus. Like everyone knew me. Yeah. Everyone knew me. Every restaurant I went to, every bar I went to, people would just come up and be like, oh my gosh, can I take a picture? I'm like, what? Me? Yeah. This is awesome. Yeah. This is cool. So yeah, it took off from there.
It's as a swimmer, I mean, you don't really see that much, but I mean, you guys were in the Olympics. You guys were bigger than life at one point.
Oh yeah, I mean, at the Olympics, we're the most watched sport.
Oh, swimming is.
Wow. The only bad thing is like we have other swim meets like throughout the whole year, but it doesn't get televised like the Olympics does, and that's why, like, people are like swimming, but then when the Olympics come on, they're like, "Oh yeah, swimming."
How much training were you guys doing whenever you guys were rolling? I mean, was it mostly in the pool stuff, or were you mixing in a lot of weight room stuff as well?
So we were practicing 9 times a week. We always had Sundays off from swimming. But
9 times.
I was doing what?
9 times?
9? Yeah.
So there's 2 in a day at one point.
Each practice was probably around anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 meters. So it's almost like, what is that? Like 5-6 miles. So each practice we did that. But that was just the swimming.
How?
I mean,
just did it.
How'd you play football for so long, so good?
Well, if they made me run 5 or 6 miles a day, I probably wouldn't have worked out for me. I don't know if I could have done that.
No, the swimming part, like that's like it. Just like I said, it's natural for me.
Yeah, you just I
loved it. Yeah, I just loved being in the water. But we did other training. We did weightlifting 3 times a week, but I did 4 because my 4th one on Sunday, I didn't want to take a day off, so I did like strongman workouts, like lifting tires and just doing something completely different.
Yeah, and
I think that's what really helped me in my swimming.
That's pretty cool. What about how did you get? I remember your reality show.
Oh my gosh, no.
What, one season on E? How did you get looped into that?
Yeah.
What year was that?
That was, I think it was either right after or right before 2012 Olympics.
Okay.
And my agent at the time, was like, Ryan, you're so damn funny. Like, you need your own show.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So then we started reaching out to networks, and then E was like, oh heck yeah, let's do this. After watching it, and when people say, dude, I watched your show, I'm like, I'm sorry.
Were they coming up to you guys and just saying, hey, this is what we want for this set right here, this is what we're trying to get out of it, and then they just let you go?
Well, reality TV is not reality.
Oh, hell no. Not even close.
It's scripted.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, they would put us in a scenario.
Yeah.
We went, rock climbing and, zip lining. Mm-hmm. And afterwards we were talking, just shooting the shit.
Yep.
And they stopped. They were like, hey, let's do this over, but I want you to say it this way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, but whatever.
You did it.
Yeah. I just went with the flow, and yikes.
It happens. I thought it was good. Did they want to do a second season, and you were like, I'm not doing this?
No.
No. They're like, no, we're done here.
After I watched the first episode, I was like, oh crap, this is going to be bad.
Because they probably didn't give you any producer credit or anything. You probably they were cutting it up however they wanted, huh?
Oh yeah. Like I had no say.
Yeah. That's the bad part, whenever you get involved in that and you don't have a say and you can kind of control the narrative a little bit.
Yeah. I said, if I'm going to do that again,
yeah,
I want to be the person that says yes or no.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. That's the only way. That's the only way it works. If you exercise weekly, or if you're an active person, then you've probably learned the importance of recovery. It's not enough that we just want to work out. Our body needs to be fueled with natural, organic proteins and nutrient-dense superfoods. Those are life's building blocks. The most elite athletes in the world achieve this through personal chefs and dietitians. For the rest of us, we can do the same thing at a fraction of the cost. Organifi makes all natural, organic superfood and protein blends that are just perfect for active gym goers. Their green juice is great for lowering cortisol and enhancing recovery. And their red juice has proteins that are all great for supporting energy. The Complete Protein is a plant-based shake with 20 grams of protein, and it's also a multivitamin, all made with whole food ingredients. Your body will reward you for treating yourself like the king or queen that you are. The best part is they all taste absolutely fresh and delicious. Go to www.organifi.com/Cutler and use code Cutler for 20% off your order. That's ORGANIFI.com/Cutler and use code Cutler for 20% off any item. Yeah. So that's 2012-ish. Mm-hmm. And then the 16 thing happened, the 18 thing happened. I mean, you've been ups and downs, huh?
Yeah. More downs than I would like.
It happens.
But what I've learned, you learn from everything that happens in your life, good or bad. Probably you learn more from the bad things. Mm-hmm. And I had rude awakenings, being where everyone loved me.
Yeah.
And I was on top of the world, I felt like. And then in one stupid night, gone.
Yeah.
And I was I think I was the worst, I was the worst guy in the world or something at one point.
I feel like it did get blown out of proportion. It was dramatic, how much they, made you the villain in that.
Oh, yeah. And I didn't, because, they did the investigation. Mm-hmm. I didn't do anything wrong.
No.
What I said was right.
Yeah.
The only thing I fabricated was when the gun was pointed to me, I said it was pointed to my head, but it was 3 or 4 feet away.
Still pointed at you.
Yeah. But it happened. I learned from it. I was like, man, if I keep going down this road of just partying and being a knucklehead,
how old were you then?
When, in 2016?
Yeah.
6 years ago, so I was 31.
Single?
31, 32.
Were you single then?
Yeah.
Just running the streets having fun. Top of the world at the Olympics.
No.
It was in Brazil, wasn't it?
In 16, I had a girlfriend. She's my wife now.
Okay.
But yeah, we just kind of started dating and everything.
How'd you guys meet?
And she's the one that told me before that night, don't go out.
Oh, no. And
I was like, no, I want to celebrate.
Yeah.
And one thing led to another.
How'd you guys meet?
This is going to be funny. I slid into her DMs.
Of course you did.
We were at the Olympic training camp in Chula Vista in California. And me and my buddy were going to go to LA and just party for the weekend. And so I was going through my Instagram and her picture came up. I was like, damn. She's smoking. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to DM her and say, I'm coming in town if you want to,
hang out.
I said, you want to get an ice cream or something? So she responded, and so we met up at a club. We were just passing each other, and we were like, oh, my gosh, that's you type thing. And then that was the end of that night. And then the next night, we met up again and we talked for 8 hours straight about pretty much life and everything. Mm-hmm. And then the next day after that, we started dating.
Social media, man, it connects everybody.
Oh yeah.
Was the worst part of everything like just being off from swimming for that long during 16 and 18?
I mean, I was still swimming,
just training
on my own, but I mean, I couldn't go to swim meets. I couldn't do any of that. And when 16 happened, I went back home, and I just remember waking up crying all the time because like my fault was I was going into Twitter, reading about all the comments, being like, "You used to be my hero, and now you're not." Like that hurt me the worst.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know what to do. And so my wife, she basically slapped me and said, "Wake up. This is not you.
Yeah.
Like, you're strong. You got to keep going. Pick yourself up." And so I did. And man, it's kind of been like an uphill battle since then.
Well, it sounds like you're getting through it though.
Yeah. I mean, I'm supported with like the best wife. Like she understands me and she supports me. She's like my rock. And like all my friends, I stay around positive people. So my circle is really small. And they've been helping me out through my family, friends, through all the shitty times.
Uncut with Jay Cutler is brought to you by Progressive. Progressive helps you get a great rate on car insurance, even if it's not with them. They have this nifty comparison tool that puts rates side by side, so you choose a rate and coverages that work for you. Say you're interested in lowering your rate on your car insurance, visit Progressive.com to get a quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's rate, and then their tool will provide options from other companies, all lined up and easy to compare. So that all you have to do is choose the rate and coverages you like. Progressive gives you options so you can make the best choice for you. You could be looking forward to saving money in the near future. More money for, say, a pair of noise-canceling headphones, an Instapot, more puzzles, whatever brings you joy. Get a quote today at Progressive.com. It's one small step you can do today that can make a big impact on your budget tomorrow. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Oh, then I read you did Dancing with the Stars too?
Oh, jeez.
What was that like? I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen the show. I didn't see you on it.
So I made it to the 7th week, which, I mean, it's not bad.
I feel like that's pretty good. How many people are on it?
Oh, how many people were on that? I think
10,
13?
12, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, 7 weeks
so
pretty
I made
good.
it to the 7th week. After watching my dancing, I'm like, damn, I am not a dancer. I am a fish out of the water.
Okay.
But it was a good experience. I said, like, I would rather train for a whole year straight than dance for like 4 weeks.
It was
brutal. Like,
really?
Because you know how swimmers, we have like those big broad shoulders and we're hunched over a little.
Yep.
The complete opposite for dancing.
Oh yeah.
And you have these damn shoes that are pointy. And
who was your partner?
Cheryl.
What, Cheryl Burke? Is that her name?
Yes, Cheryl Burke. She was like, I remember the first time she's like, "Oh gosh, this is gonna be hard.
It's gonna be rough."
Yeah.
But I mean,
I did it.
Getting to week 7.
After 16, where I stepped out of my like comfort zone, like, because I was like, didn't want to see anyone.
Yeah.
So it really helped me a lot.
Oh, I bet. So now married, you have 2 kids?
2 beautiful kids.
How old?
4-year-old,
Okay.
4-year-old boy, Caden, and a 2-year-old girl, Liv.
That's awesome. What's dad like? You like dad life?
I'm obsessed with it.
Are you?
I am seriously obsessed with it. So my whole entire life, it's all been about me swimming. And then when the kids came, I was like, I don't give 2 shits about swimming.
Yeah, changes your perspective a little bit.
And my whole life is around them. And it is like every day it is hard. And so hard, especially when you like are competing. But every time I see them and like, I just get like a little giggle. I'm like, those are my kids.
Well, are you change diapers? Like, do you do the whole thing?
I'm pretty much on diaper duty.
Are you?
I opened up my big mouth before we had kids. I was like, I've changed my nephews and nieces' diaper. Like, I'm a pro. She's like, okay, well, that's your duty. I'm like,
yeah, you should be quiet. See, I've got 2 boys and a girl. So the two boys, like, changing their diapers, like, I got that. I know this.
Yeah.
And then the girl came along, and I was like, this is a whole different set of problems here.
Oh, yes.
Like you
can't go up. You got to go down.
Yeah.
And
it's a whole new set of rules. And I was like, what the hell, man? Like, let's go back to kind of what I know more a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Will you let them swim?
If that's what they want to do.
Sure.
They're definitely going to learn how to swim. I know my son, he knows how to swim. Mm-hmm. He loves the water, and so does my daughter, like, obsessed with the water, but she cannot swim yet.
Yeah.
She thinks she can.
So I have
that's
the scary part.
Because I want them to learn how to swim, because I don't want any tragic stuff.
Yeah.
Happen.
Have you been following this Penn swimmer? The college, I guess, girl now. So it's transgender. Yeah. Transgender, now she's a girl racing. I just saw who was just talking about it? Michael Phelps was just talking about it.
Yeah, what did he say?
It vague. I mean, basically, like, we got to get some rules in place. There's got to be some standards, because I mean, I guess she's dominating the women's.
No, and that's the thing that pisses me off, is because, like, the real girls, like, they trained and, like, they have those, like, records or whatever. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, this happens. I mean, I don't have anything wrong with it.
Sure.
It's just when you take his or her times and put it to, like, the actual girls.
Yep.
He has advantage, or she has advantage. Mm-hmm. And it's not fair for the other women.
Yeah, I agree. It's
so they do have to have rules, like what Phelps said. They have to have rules.
Yeah, it's an interesting world we live in right now. There's a lot of unknown, a lot of things happening that we're gonna have to figure out at some point.
Yep.
Where are you living at? Where are you living at now?
I'm in Gainesville, Florida.
Okay, so you're down there.
So I moved back to where University of Florida is.
Yep.
Then we have a house. Raising the family, the kids love it.
Doing all the things. Are your kids in preschool or anything yet?
Yes. Caden, he'll start kindergarten next year.
Okay.
But yeah, they go to the same school.
Yeah, once school happens, it's a game changer, because we're up 3rd, 2nd in kindergarten now, and these kids these days, whenever we were growing up, I feel like things were a bit slower now with, like, YouTube and the internet and all these things. Like, these kids my kindergartner has a computer that the school gave her, and, like, she's on YouTube. I got to put parental locks on this stuff. Yep. It's but I mean, I said it, I think, last week. I think my kids know more. My 9-year-old knows more right now than I think I knew, like, at 15, 16 years old, which is scary.
100%.
Which is scary.
And it's all from the iPads and stuff like that. He knows how to work the iPad better than I do.
Oh, yeah.
He's like swiping, playing. I'm like, whoa, take it easy. Yeah. Let's go outside and play basketball.
Exactly. I kick him outside all the time. And, I mean, they know how to work Amazon. Like, my middle son, he would get on Amazon. He'd try to get your phone, get on an Amazon account. And, I mean, just the next week we'd have just boxes of stuff showing up. I'm like, who did this? Which one of you guys did this? But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Ready to refresh your wardrobe? Express has you covered with fresh, new fits. From polished suits to comfy joggers, Express has everything I need to start the new year in style. They offer the perfect mix of confidence-boosting styles and total comfort. You can't go wrong with their essential tees, polos, graphic tees, and Henleys. Plus comfort bottoms that are better looking than sweats, but just as comfy. Or if you're trying to sharpen your look, check out all the new suits available in houndstooth, flannel, suede, and more. Mix them together or wear them apart for endless versatility. And if you want that perfect blend of style and social awareness, you should really check out the Express Conscious Denim collection. Not only are they available in skinny, athletic, and slim straight styles, but the Conscious Denim collection is sustainable because they are made with at least 10% recycled fibers or cleaner dye techniques compared to traditional practices. So what's your style resolution? Start fresh this year with all new arrivals from Express. Be on the lookout for great deals in stores and at express.com. So you're gonna keep training, gonna hit the circuit. What else you got going on?
Yep.
That's it. Well,
so I don't have to do really heavy training like I did in the past.
Yeah.
For these World Cups. So now it's like time to like buckle down and like be like, what the hell am I going to do next?
Even ideas?
I mean, I want to be involved in the sport, and I love kids.
Yeah.
I would love to go around like the world teaching kids how to swim.
Yeah. I'm sure
give them motivational speaking, like things I went through, all the hints, like tips that I've developed, like give it to them and just give back to the younger generation.
That's awesome. I love that idea. I mean, whenever I was done with football, I mean, it took a couple of years to figure out, what's next. Because I didn't have backup plans, and I'm sure you've given your whole life pretty much to swimming, and that's just where your mindset's at. So it's hard to change gears, as soon as you're done and be like, I want to do this, this, and this.
Yeah, and I gotta really put the pedal to the floor because as a swimmer, we don't have that much income coming. Yeah. So I gotta provide for my family. So and the sponsors, because I'm not really swimming. And I'm not really in the scene anymore. Yeah. Like, I don't really have many sponsors, so it's really tough. And I'm like, man, I might have to get like this 9-to-5 job.
A real job.
Real job.
Did you ever have a real job?
I was a lifeguard.
That is not a real job. That's definitely not a real job. You were just working on your tan.
Yeah. Well, I got fired from it.
Why?
Because I went in. Like we have like 4 or 5 guards on duty, and I was like, you know what? There's like 2 people here. I'm not being here. So I went to the inside and played basketball. The boss saw me. You're out. I'm like, oh, okay.
Just one strike? Like you didn't get a second chance?
No.
Dang, he was ruthless.
Yeah.
And that was your one and only job?
Yeah.
Oh gosh! So when's your first race coming up?
What are we in January? Probably in March. Like I'll have like little like kind of like what you had, like little scrimmages, like preseason
stuff. Yep.
So I'll have like I think one in March. Then I'll have like one in April, May, June, July, August until I actually go full throttle.
So you're going to crank it up this year and get back into it for another run. It'd be fun.
Yeah, because if I win the whole thing, like that's a lot of money, and it's worth it.
Can you win it?
I can. I just got to get really strong in the weight room. I got to get back to my old self, which I'm ready.
There you go, man. Well,
it's only one more year. I might as well put it all in.
And you got time. You got some months to get ready. We'll be watching. Ryan, I appreciate you being on, bud. It was fun.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and good luck. Good luck with this year, and we hope it turns out well for you.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Today we launched Goya Cares.
The mission of Goya Cares is to love and care for God's precious children. Part of that mission is to bring awareness.
Be somebody to somebody.
To stop the abuse and trafficking of future generations.
With awareness comes prevention.
Every life is a precious gift from God.
You are what?
I'm a precious gift from God.
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 Un regalo de Dios.
I'm a precious gift from God.
We will do this through a series of educational videos
that we can bring to community leaders, schools, parents, and children.
Even though the subject matter is very dark and heavy, the kindness on this set
has radiated throughout the project.
This is going to bring a global call to action.
Goya cares.
Hopefully we can save people's lives.
And be the light that blocks traffic.
We need to be God's light.
Join Goya Cares and visit blocktraffic.org to watch the series.
Okay, that's a wrap with Ryan Lochte. Fun, learned some stuff. He's got some swimming ahead of him. He's gonna have to figure it out, buckle back down, get back in shape, and give that one a run. But ask my questions about what would Ryan Lochte do. That was fun. Dancing with the Stars. 12-time Olympic medalist. I mean, let's be honest. That's an unbelievable feat. One of the best swimmers, certainly of our generation, but one of the best swimmers ever. So we wish him luck, cheering him on for this year, for this World Cup races he's about to get in. So hit me up, Instagram, Twitter, and we're gonna keep this show rolling. Thanks.